behind the Lisbon crowd here. Pep Band was playing directly in front of us earlier, and thankfully they stopped the ball game anyway. And so here we go now, 2nd and 9 from the 25-yard line. Beautiful night for football. Sideline across the way. I estimate at least 250 Wildcat fans over there. Wide out to the right side, single back in the backfield, dropping back to pass. Right side corner, wide open, and it is a touchdown for Lisbon.
Giving passes completed for Jack Butcher.
Wide open.
Goes out of bounds into the Maquoketa Valley.
1 yard line. Wide open. There. Two wide out to the right side, ran to the right side, and the inside crossed out to the corner, and he was wide open. 1st and goal to go from the 1 yard line with 9:14 to go. Quarterback keeper, and the quarterback, Brock Gibbons, is in for the score.
So a 1 yard dive, a 7-play drive for Lisbon. Marches from the 35 to the score. Gibbons 2 carries, 3 yards. The second one, the 1 yard touchdown, with 9 minutes to go here in 8 seconds in the first quarter.
So that they made that look awfully easy here before a great crowd from Maquoketa Valley here. Likewise here in Lisbon, Wildcats in their visiting white uniforms with gold numbers and black helmets. Lisbon going for the 2-point conversion with Twins on the far side of the field, wearing their black uniforms with the red numbers and the white helmets. Pop pass across the middle is going to be incomplete, and our score stands 6-0 with 8 to go here in our first quarter. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Maquoketa Valley. As wide receiver, 5'8", 150-pound Zach Harbaugh. At tight end, senior Steve Huber comes in at 185 pounds and is 5'11". At quarterback, junior, 6', 175-pound Jeremy Fisher. At wide receiver, senior, 5'11", 175-pound Zach Salo. At wide receiver, 6', 180-pound senior Trevor Koopman. At running back, 6', 220-pound senior Ryan Parmalee. And in the offensive line, we've got Rob Bockenstead, Chris Hager, Curtis Nefsker, Cordy Orcutt, and Matt Lansing. The Wildcats will be receiving once more left to our right here. So we're sitting here right on Highway 20, or Highway 30, which is just south of traffic alongside from just 17 minutes ago. Onside kick here, up the middle it goes. Wildcats hoping it's a free ball there. And a big pile up, and we'll see how it turns out here. Wildcats maintain possession.
Nice onside kick there by Lisbon. They just couldn't get to the ball. A couple hands got to it for Maquoketa Valley, batted it around a little bit. They'll start 1st and 10 on their 37.
1st and 10, Wildcats from around 37 yards.
Got their hands full. Lisbon job so far this season. This is a big game for this district.
And it'll be interesting to see how often and how early Fisher hands off to Parmalee.
Swings to both sides of the field out of the shotgun. Parmalee standing directly behind Fisher with a long snap, long count, and Fisher drops back a little bit more. We've got a 4-3 defense up front the Wildcats are facing. And off to Parmalee, off to the right side. He's driven back. Actually, on the play.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball
yard line.
So Parmalee will lose 1 on his first carry. Parmalee comes in carrying the ball about 25 times a game. He has 960 yards on the air, 40 short of the 1,000. Is 3rd in the class in rushing yards.
Having a great year for the Wildcats this senior year. Wide outs to both sides again. Out of the shotgun, hand up to Parmalee on the left side. It goes, breaks one tackle, then the second. He's still on his feet. Now they're going to see he got
Ryan Parmalee, the ball
gets around back at the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and nearly 10.
And
Parmalee that time acting as his own blocker, took off a couple guys, but was unable to get
10 from the 37-yard line. First possession for Maquoketa Valley. Lisbon drove right down the field in their first possession after a nice 35-yard run back and punched it in on a great pass play. Lead 6-0 here in the first quarter.
And they'll give it fake to Parmalee.
And it's going to be picked up Racing down the far sideline. The defender starts pulling the
So not really the way that Maquoketa Valley wanted to start. A 51-yard pick play return for a touchdown.
Ryan Light, the senior, runs that one back, popped that one out about midfield, and so that's a 50-yard interception run back for a score. It's now 12-0.
So Maquoketa Valley has now dug themselves a hole, mostly a running team, but they've been pretty prolific scoring. I think they'll probably stick to their game plan at this point.
Under center, the quarterback for Lisbon, Brock Gibbons. And off left side, is he in for the score? No good. Our score is 12-0 here. 41 to go in the third quarter.
7:31 remaining in the fifth quarter. This
Right.
12.
Pass
Maquoketa Valley 0.
was a long pass play down to the 1 yard line. And the second one was that intercepted pass, ran back from about the 50-yard line. So Wildcats down 12-0 here with 7:41 to go in our first quarter.
Quick start for Lisbon. Lisbon comes in at 2-2, having won their last two, having played two fairly tough teams out of conference. Maquoketa Valley, of course, 4-0, ranked number 2 in Class A. And they find themselves in their biggest hole or deficit of the year so far, with 7:41 to go here in the first quarter. Sponsors this year from Maquoketa Valley include Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, Delhi Insurance Agency, the Delhi Machine Shop, Hartwig Marina, Hillside Manufacturing, Monticello Sports, and Wolf Cool Electric. We thank all our sponsors this year on high school football on KMCH.
7:41 to go here in our first quarter. Lisbon will be kicking off once again. And the Wildcats have got to try to get this ball in the end zone. Riley Scott doing the kicking. This is a nice high booming kick back inside the 5, brought off the 10, the 15, the 20, dodging in one tackler in a second. Got close to the 20, so a return of about 15 yards. 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley.
And the ball back about the 25-yard line. Yard markers hard to see, not painted real well. Maquoketa Valley has white jerseys with gold numbers. Those are hard to see, at least from where we're sitting.
Very beautiful night, though. Nice crowd across the way. Looks like it was a black night over there. Everybody, most of the Wildcat fans are wearing black and gold.
It'll be a black night soon enough. Days are getting shorter.
They sure are, aren't they? 7:35 to go here in our first quarter. 12-0 the score out of the shotgun. And off left side it goes. Direct snap, actually, I think it's the Parmalee.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball carrier.
Down and 8. That's tough up front, Lisbon. Very, very tough between the back.
Right down to the Maquoketa Valley.
We don't have weight size.
So Parmalee 3 carries for 2 yards. But he'll get his 25-30 carries in the game. Part of his plan is to wear people down.
Trips on the left side now. And directly to Parmalee. On the left side it goes. Turns up the field, dodges 2 tackles, puts the shoulders, picks up the first down from Maquoketa Valley.
Parmalee, the ball
Parmalee in the backfield. You got 3 receivers to the left side. Parmalee takes the snap directly and runs around the left side in front of the Lisbon sideline and picks up the first down. So Wildcats, 1st and 10 from the out to the 42-yard line.
And so a little variation in the offense here the second time out. And it's resulted in the first down for Maquoketa Valley in the first quarter.
Trips on the right side, hand off once again directly to Parmalee. Gets across the 45, out to midfield.
About a 6-yard gain for Parmalee. Again, acting as his own blocker, knocked 2 guys off before he was brought down right at midfield.
So at the 50-yard line, 2nd and 2, with 6:30 to go in our first quarter. For the Wildcats. Trips to the right side. Again, no huddle to come right to the line of the scrimmage. Parmalee, the only player in the backfield, facing a 4-3 defense. Stands back about 4 yards, takes the shot, right side, and rolls out. Tucks it away. He's going to run for the first down. Gets across the 35, 45, down to close to the 40.
Parmalee, the ball carrier.
First down. Dan, you saw the Wildcats play before. Is this typically what you've seen in the past?
This is a variation. You know, you don't often see a no-quarterback offense, but that's basically what this is. Parmalee capable of throwing the ball as well as running it. but he's not in there to throw. He's in there to run. I would think anytime he gets the ball, that's his first option.
So 1st and 10 now with 6 minutes to go in our first quarter. Trips to the left side. Ryan Parmalee in the backfield. The lone back there. And so long count here. Motion now from left to right. And off the right side it goes. Motion man takes the ball. Gets across the 40, down to about the 35.
Zach Salo, the ball
Salo was the inside man on that trips on the left side. Went in motion.
Stop after a gain of 4.
Faced around the far right side.
And Salo limped off last week, didn't play in the second half, so he's obviously healed back in the game. Best receiver for Maquoketa Valley.
2nd and 4 from the 38 with 5:22 to go in our first quarter. Trips on the left side again. Parmalee takes the ball, hands off right guard, tackle gap. And inside the 30, down close to the 25.
About a 10-yard gain.
There's just no question what they're going to do here. They're snapping directly to Parmalee. Quarterback's one of the trips on the left side.
Well, and you have to give the Maquoketa Valley coaches some credit. They're not going to panic here. They know who their horse is and who they're going to ride. And if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. But Parmalee's going to be the guy tonight.
Parmalee again out of the shotgun, takes his hold, passes it around the far right side, gets picked up inside the 25.
And that'll be a pickup of about 3, so it'll bring up 2nd and 7. Parmalee now with 42 yards on 8 carries.
2nd and 7. In 19, 41 to go here. Lisbon is 0 here, courtesy of a nice opening drive and an interception run back to 50 yards. 12-0 to score. Parmalee again in the backfield. And they drop the ball off the right guard tackle gap. Inside close to the line.
Going to bring down 3rd and 7, and in that situation, really, Maquoketa Valley, 3rd and 5. You can't get into, although they're in 4-down territory now, close to the 18-yard line, or 24-yard line.
3rd and 5 from the 22 with 4:05 to go in the first quarter.
This is going to be a struggle all night trying to figure out where the ball's at.
Trips on the left side. Parmalee again in the backfield. Alone. Takes the ball, runs around the left tackle, tries to get a little bit wider, turns it up. Inside the 20, it gets tripped up right inside, close to a first down. I think he's got it, though.
It looked like he turned the corner. Nice tackle there by the Lisbon linebacker to stop any further progress, although it's a 5-yard gain. Given the quarterback made the stop, 4th first down, 5th first down for Maquoketa Valley on this drive, all running plays.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, 3:35 to go here in our first quarter.
And Maquoketa Valley probably plays the fastest games in the state because there's not a lot of things in the air.
Parmalee takes the ball, runs around the right end, then turns it up, breaks one tackle in the second. It takes 3 tacklers to bring him down.
And he'll get down probably a pickup of, call it 2. But nice adjustment that time by Lisbon. That time they blitzed the cornerback, hurried Parmalee, and on the other side of the line was able to come in and make the stop after only a 2-yard gain.
2nd and 8 from the 14 with 3 minutes to go here in our first quarter.
11 carries for Parmalee already in the first quarter with 2:53 to go.
Trips on the left side, Parmalee in the backfield again, takes the snap to center. Goes right up the gut behind the right hip of the center, inside the 10, down to the 5, close to the end zone, picks up the first down. It's going to be goal to go. With 2 more to go in our first quarter.
So the strategy, of course, you're allowed to get rid of your quarterback. You add one blocker. Parmalee can act as zone guy.
Parmalee goes right up the gut again. Touchdown, just like that. Maquoketa Valley on the scoreboard. Ryan Parmalee carries in for Maquoketa Valley touchdown. Rather unusual offensive set. Trips on the left side for this drive. And Ryan Parmalee, typically a back, takes the shotgun and takes the ball direct snap. And it just picks his corners and did very well that time.
Maquoketa Valley will try to kick the extra point here. Pick up the lead to 12-7 for Lisbon.
And the point after attempt up, chip shots up, and it is good and through. The point after attempt good for the Wildcats. That's Robert.
Point after attempt is good.
And so our score now, Lisbon 12, Maquoketa Valley 7. Love to thank these Maquoketa Valley sponsors for making tonight's game possible. Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, Delhi Insurance Agency, Delhi Machine Shop, Hartwick Marina, Hillside Manufacturing, Monticello Sports, and Wolfpool Electric. An unusual first quarter here. I don't know if anybody thought that Lisbon would bust out with 2 scores ahead of the Wildcats, nor did anybody probably anticipate that Ryan Palmer would be the only back in the backfield, taking snaps directly from the center and picking and choosing his way up the field.
Well, it was a nice drive, 63 yards. Parmley carried all but one of the plays, Zach Salo with the other carry. Now it'll be up to the Maquoketa Valley defense to try to slow down the Lisbon offense. Lisbon was very effective in the first drive, marched 65 yards on about 6 plays, and Maquoketa Valley had no answer for them. And this will be the second time they get the ball.
2:31 to go in the first quarter. We virtually have no breeze here. Just a slight one. It's not going to affect the game tonight. Very, very nice temperatures here.
Well, it really won't affect the game because everybody runs the ball all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Maquoketa Valley kicking off towards Highway 30. This is a ball kick squibbed across the way. It gets past one. Back and they picked up at the 20, out across the 30, and tackled at the 40. So return about 21
yard line.
And one of the weaknesses, probably the only weakness Maquoketa Valley shown the first 4 weeks, is their kickoff coverage isn't very good. They've scooted the ball down the field. Part of the problem is the new rule this year, and that's for everybody, that you have to stand on the line. You don't get the running start. So obviously the return team gets a little bit of an advantage because the kicking team isn't running to the ball upon the kick. They're starting when the kick is made. So field position better for the return teams this year, at least through the first 4 weeks.
One's on the right side, hand off inside to the fullback. No gain on the play. And so Benishek for Lisbon, a
Daniel Brown will bring up 2nd and 9 for the Lions from their own 41-yard line.
232 yards, averaging 4.1 a carry. 2nd down and 9 with 2 or 3 to go in our first quarter.
And it was a nice tackle that time by Maquoketa Valley's linebacker. Couldn't get the number because you can't see the numbers.
Twins on the left side, handoff inside. It goes again to Benishek. No gain on a play, and a nice team tackle up front by that defense.
It was Benishek the ball carrier. No gain on the play brings up 3rd and
9 for the Lions.
And that time, 66 for Maquoketa Valley was at the bottom of the pile. That would be Matt Lansing, the senior defensive lineman, got in underneath Banasek, and it sets up a 3rd down and 9. Kevin Fry started the game with a 30-yard run, has had a 7-yard run.
Twins on the left side, wide out on the right side, out of the shotgun, single back. Benishek standing next to the quarterback, Brock Givens, motion left to right, handoff inside once again to Benishek. Fights his way forward, not going to be a first down, however.
Jack Buttress the ball carrier.
Jack Buttress with the carry. Buttress, a sophomore, averaging 6
Brought down at the 48-yard line.
Down and 3 from the 48-yard line. About a long 2 here for the Lions with 55 seconds to go.
Buttress, of course, the one that caught the touchdown pass to open the scoring tonight. He's run the ball twice for 8 yards, 45 seconds to go, opening quarter. And it doesn't appear that Lisbon's going to punt. 4th and 2.
12 to 7 score here. 4th down. And from midfield from the 48. Could be a long count. No, they're going to take it. Toss back out to the far right side. Coming right in front of it. Across midfield. Picks up the first down. Down to the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
And Fry, with his 3rd carry, now has 44 yards. And a 4th first down for Lisbon as they gamble on 4th and 2 inside their own territory. At the end of the first quarter, they pick it up. They're now at the Maquoketa Valley 45.
Fry, a senior, averaging 6.7 a carry. Wide up to the right side, ball in the near hash mark. We've got a slot on the right side as well. 2 backs in the backfield, quarterback underneath the center. And off inside it goes, and tackled at the 45-yard line. And that should bring our first quarter to a close. Our score at the end of 1 here from Lisbon. Lisbon Lions 12, Maquoketa Valley 7. We're back in a minute.
Maquoketa Valley 7.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Check them out on their web at bobstephenmotors.com.
A great night out awaits you at Hartridge Golf Course. Join us for Taco Tuesday and our Thursday night specials featuring roasted chicken. Watch the Iowa games with 50-cent wings and drink specials at Hartridge, north of Manchester on 195th Street.
Northeast Iowa Telephone Service in Manchester has everything you need to stay connected. Northeast Iowa Telephone has a staff of professionals available to help you get connected, from the installation of your new entertainment system to cable and data wiring in your home or business. Northeast Iowa Telephone Service is your sight, sound, and electronics connection on South Franklin Street in downtown Manchester.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank, with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Lisbon High School. Second quarter here begins with the Lions on the Wildcat 45-yard line, 2nd and 10. And off left tackle it goes inside the 40. Fumble on the play, and the Wildcats are going to recover that one. 3 Wildcats around. That's the first big turnover, except for not typically fumbled the ball this year. That's by Brock Hiller.
Maquoketa Valley 37-yard line.
So 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley.
And that stops a pretty potent Lisbon offense. They carried the ball 13 times for 93 yards in the first quarter. We're 1 for 2 in the passing department. That pass was a touchdown for 28 yards. So 121 yards for Lisbon in the first quarter. They opened the second quarter with a fumble. Turnover is now even at 1, and we actually have a quarterback back in the game for Maquoketa Valley.
Wide off the side ball in the near hash mark. And Fisher hands off to Parmalee, who cuts it around the right and then puts his shoulder to the 41-yard line. They pick up about 4.
Bring up 2nd and 6. Nice block out there that time by number 25. Or Parmalee was a runner. Nice block by Trevor Koopman, number 22. Koopman, a good runner in his own regard, did a nice job last week. Also probably their best receiver. So far they've been content with giving the ball to Parmalee, probably in hopes of opening things up as the game goes on.
Twins on the right side, quarterback keeper by Fisher, leads Parmalee to the blocker, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Parmalee got to that hole so quickly that Fisher had a hard time. I think that hole swallowed up right behind him.
Well, and I think Parmalee probably would have been able to run through the hole. The problem with Fisher is the hole filled in after Parmalee opened the door.
5 yards to go.
3rd down and 5 from the 42 with 10:54 to go in our first half. It's 12-7 Lisbon. The Lions on top. 2 quick scores in their first possession of the first quarter. Shotgun again. Fisher with the snap. Going to take the ball. Parmalee leads the way. Fisher gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
And the defense of the ball
to that defensive line for Lisbon.
Brought down after
got an arm up there and tripped him up. 4th down and 3 now.
And I would suspect Maquoketa Valley will punt it away. They won't gamble as much. They have the number 1 ranked punting unit in 2A or in Class A.
They haven't had to punt too often though. And here we go, 4th down and 4 from the 43. It's a nice spiraling kick that's going to go back to the 5 and roll into the end zone. That is a boomer.
So 56-yard punt, net 36, as it'll come out to the 20. And Lisbon will take over. Maquoketa Valley unable to take advantage of the turnover. And Lisbon will start at their own 20.
Fans and students to Lisbon.
That was
a little dangerous. It wouldn't have been that far. It would have allowed a run back because it wasn't all that high, but it was so far over the return man's head that it pounded into the end zone.
And Parmalee averaging 46 yards a punt. That was a boomer right there. Center, here we go once again. The quarterback, Brock Givens, wide up the right side. Single back, dropping back to pass, short side of the field, in front of the Maquoketa Valley bench, and he's going to get back. No, he got rid of it. Throws it away. A late flag, though, at the line of scrimmage, or back where the quarterback was being pulled down. I'm not sure why they called the flag on the play. He's out of the pocket.
Oh, that's going to be a tough call if it's a grounding call.
How can he's out of the pocket, Dan?
He's way outside the hash marks. I don't think they have a rule like that. Should be an incomplete pass. Really, Gibbons did a nice job of escaping the defense there and made a nice play to throw it out of bounds. And the officials will now talk about it, but they're waving it off. See, they heard you. 80 yards away, they heard you.
Got us on the internet, didn't they?
Yeah.
Second and 10 for the Lions.
12-7 score with 9:50 to go here. Second and 10. That was a near catastrophe for the Lions as he would have been dropped probably back at about the 5.
So second and 10 now.
Twins on the right side, wide up the left side. Quarterback Brock Gibbons under center, single back to the backfield, standing back at about the 5. Dropping back to pass on the right side, running underneath it, batted around, nearly intercepted by Zach Salo, but Salo popped it up in the air, and then it was almost caught by Ryan Light Lisbon for the Lions.
Yeah, Salo beaten by the receiver, but he was able to outrun the ball back to the defender and bat it away. Nice play by Salo. Receiver did a nice job of getting open. Ball just didn't quite get there.
Third and 10 now from the 20 with 9:45 to go in the first half. Lisbon leads Maquoketa Valley 12-7. Wideouts to both sides under center. Brock Gibbons in the backfield, the running back. Jack Quitteris dropping back, throwing back to pass once again. Now left side flat. Benton Fry caught the ball. Going to be short of the first down. Fry was actually back in the backfield and came out of the backfield, caught the ball. It's going to be completed. Got it out to the 25. They need to get across the 30. So it's 4th down and 5 now for the Lions.
Well, an odd set of play calling there. Lisbon marches the ball the first quarter on the ground, 93 yards and 13 carries. Gets the ball back at their own 20, and they throw 3 passes. Complete 1, and that sets up a 4th and 5. Gibbons 15 for 40 on the year for 153 yards coming into this game.
And Ryan Light will be punting. He's standing back at the 10. 2 Wildback Cats at the 40. Now it's going to be a fake punt on a pass going to be caught. It is completed, a fake. And they're going to say he dropped it. Oh, my gosh. Wildcats dodged another bullet. Wow. Great call play.
Benton Fry
was wide open, and it was a bullet pass. And the only thing that stopped that pass was on the Lisbon Fry's hand.
And another odd call. It's like you're playing from behind when you're actually ahead.
I'd say that's a very, very aggressive play calling for Lisbon.
That would be a kind word.
1st and 10 from the 26. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's just almost. They're just really being super aggressive with everything.
The receiver was open. It almost worked. It would have been a great play if it worked, I guess.
Out of the eye, hand off to the second back through.
Parmalee.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball carrier.
And so it's now 2nd down and 8.
Down at
Wildcats have trailed the entire ball game. They still trail 12-7.
For the
41 to go in our first half. Lisbon marched right down the field with their first possession on Cook Valley's first possession. An interception down to the 1-yard line after a return of about 50, and the Lions punched it in. 2nd down and 6 from the 23-yard line. And off inside, spinning around, the 360 turn, and another carry by Ryan Parmalee once again. The 6-foot, 215-pound senior averages 8.5 a carry. Came in tonight with 851 yards.
And he has 16 carries tonight for 74 yards, so he's on a pace to run the ball about 40 times. I don't think that'll happen. 32 is high on the year.
3rd and 3 from a 19 with 7:53 to go in our first half. Hand off to Parmalee inside, who dodges from the right side of the guard and cuts back to the center.
Looks like he has.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball carrier.
Very good indication. Dan, Parmalee will top the 1,000 mark, though.
15-yard line.
He's way past 1,000 mark. I think he came in at, 940?
Yeah, something like that.
And he has 75 now, so he's about 1,010.
1st and 10 from the 15 with 7:39 to go in our first half. 12-7 the score here. Wildcats with the ball. Looking at a counter play off right guard tackle gap and inside the 10. Close to a first down.
Zach Salo, the ball.
Salo with the carry.
His second carry, that time he picks up about 8, using Parmalee as
Down after a gain of
the
7,
fake.
brings up 2nd and 3.
Second and
For the
3 now
Wildcats.
for the Wildcats, heading toward the north end zone of those pine trees. 7:12 to go in our first half here, and counting. Under center, out of the eye. Hand off to Parmalee. Cuts on the left guard, tackle guard center gap, that is. Close to a first down.
And inside the 5, it looks like.
Right down at the Lisbon 5-yard line. Brings up 1st and goal.
And goal to go from the 5-yard line. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Wildcats looking to get their first lead of the night. They trail 12-7. Fantastic crowd across the way, lined up. Always like it when part of the crowd follows the line of scrimmage. Hand off the right guard, tackle. Parmalee's going to be short. It's now 4th down.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball.
Or second down. Second down it is. Second down.
Brought down after a gain of 1.
Maybe gain of 1 on the play.
2nd and goal for the Wildcats from the Lisbon 4-yard line.
And you would think the Maquoketa Valley coaching staff saying Parmalee 4 times from the 5-yard line. If we don't score, it's our fault. They'll just pound him.
I would concur on that one. 2nd and 4 here.
Their dipsy-do, maybe they run right instead of left.
Wildcats score. Parmalee was in the backfield by himself in that drive. Tonight, now they're under the eye. Parmalee, the back in the backfield, hand off inside it goes to the fullback. He's not going to go in there. Parmalee floated off to the left side. Wasn't in the picture on that one.
So
Koopman, the ball carrier.
Koopman gets his first carry. Picks up about a yard.
Koopman carried 39 times coming tonight, averaging 6.3 a carry. It's now 3rd and goal now from the 4-yard line. So interesting perception there here, out of the eye once again. It's Koopman, and then behind him it's Parmalee, quarterback Fisher, and a flag has been thrown at the line of scrimmage.
First penalty of the night, I think. They waved off intentional grounding.
Not sure which way this is going to go here.
Flag on the play, offside, called on the Lions.
So they're going to be offsides against Lisbon. Give them half the distance to the goal. That makes that 3rd down a little bit shorter here. So 3rd and goal. And with that, there's going to be a timeout here. I'd like to once again thank the Maquoketa Valley sponsors for making tonight's game possible. Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, Delhi Insurance Agency,
Maquoketa Valley calls it
Delhi Team Shop, Hartwig Marina, Hillside Manufacturing, Monticello Sports, and Electric. And make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for the coaches show that starts off at 9 o'clock. Then after that, the Iowa Hawkeyes kickoff will be at 11 o'clock as they take on the Purdue Boilermakers.
And the bus ride for Swisher, probably a long one today. If you haven't heard, the Iowa team didn't fly. They got to ride on the Greyhound out to Purdue for the game because of airport troubles in Chicago.
Yeah, all the air flights were canceled today, and the Hawkeyes had to scramble.
So that'll be a grumpy group when they get off the bus.
I believe they took off about 3 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what Swish was saying. And so he had to scramble around a little bit, too.
Not that he doesn't deserve to ride the bus to Purdue, but that would be a long and slow process.
Here we go after the timeout. 5:33 to go in our first half. 12-7 the score. The Wildcats, it's now on the 2. So it's on the 2 here, 3rd down. And off inside to Parmalee. Inside, he stands up, touchdown.
Ryan Parmalee
ends up standing, and the Wildcats have taken the lead here. Wildcats now on top for the first time tonight, 13-12.
And the second 2-yard run for Parmalee for a touchdown. That's 11 on the year for the running back from Maquoketa Valley. Parmalee now up to 19 carries, 2 touchdowns, and 82 yards.
Now things have settled in here. I mean, the early enthusiasm for Lisbon seems to kind of settle in. The point after attempt, that is up and good for Steve Ewer.
Well, but I certainly wouldn't count Lisbon out. They certainly in the first quarter and a half said we're going to take every chance we can here and have converted 1 4th down, and have not had one converted here on this last drive. It led to the Maquoketa Valley second touchdown.
But Dan, you go back and think about it. The only thing that stopped the drive for Lisbon keeping going was the that fake punt. It was simply a great pass thrown was dropped. Well tossed pass there. So Lisbon pulling out all the stops. And the way things rack up, Dan, I wouldn't be surprised if these two teams don't hook up in the postseason.
Well, I think they're both worried about getting through this game tonight. Obviously, a pivotal game to see who gets top seed in the district. Maquoketa Valley 4-0. Lisbon, of course, with great success over the years, a good football school. First time they played each other in district, and it's been everything everybody's wanted.
Oh, it sure has. You know, Lisbon's just done a great job throughout the years. I believe they won the state title. Was it in 2011?
It was. They were 14-0, and they have not lost a game after the preseason games in 4 years.
Low end-over-end kick that's going to take a high bounce. That's the 5, out to the 10, the 15, the
try on the return.
Out to close to the 25, so give them a 20-yard return.
Returns the kick out to the Lisbon 25-yard line. First and 10, Lions.
Lisbon was 8-3 last year. The year before that, they were 9-2, and of course, 2011, 2012, they were 14-0. Now, Wes Wilson, though, his fourth season at the Wildcats, has a record of 30-7. Actually graduated back in 98 from the Maquoketa Valley, and then went on and graduated from Upper Iowa in 2002, playing quarterback for the Peacocks.
And I think they're happy to have him back.
I think you're right there. Teacher down at Anamosa, but he coaches at Maquoketa Valley. A couple of broken tackles across the 35. A nice run. Fry another nice hard runner as well.
Fry will get about 13 yards, but that was almost a touchdown saving tackle by Salo around the ankles at the 37.
Broke that one through, and he slipped through 2 tackles. And the third tackler brought him down. 5:15 to go in the first half. 14-12, Maquoketa Valley on top.
61 yards now for Fry on 5 carries. 3 of the carries for first down.
Twins on the right side. Quarterback under center. That's Brock Gibbons. Drops back to pass. Looks to the right side. Flats man flying down the far sideline from the Maquoketa Valley bench. It is incomplete. Stops the clock with 4:57.
Nice job that time with the Maquoketa Valley defensive back. He didn't bite on it. He saw the ball going out of bounds. Stopped in case the reception was made on the corner.
So it's now second down and 10 from the 37 with 4:57 to go here in our first half. Stops the clock. Ball on the near hash mark. Twins on the right side and inside on the right side. Offset eye in the backfield. The quarterback, Brock Gibbons, under center. Got a 4-man front from Maquoketa Valley. And off left guard tackle gap. Breaks a tackle. Then he's going to get thrown down hard. Extremely hard by Ryan Parmalee. Grabs him and just whirls him around and throws him down like he's a bag of potatoes there.
You almost wonder if Parmalee participates in a rodeo. I mean, he threw that dog. He picked him up.
He did.
Dropped him.
366. That would be good for the WWE, though. Twins on the far right side of the field and inside on the left side. Ball in near hash mark. Right to left here. Hand off inside. It goes to fullback.
First down.
Picks up the first down.
Willie Benishak carries out to the
Willie Benishak,
48-yard
junior with the carry.
Picks up a Lisbon first down.
Benishak not a whole lot of size. Lisbon's back's not real big, but they do have some good size up front.
Getting good blocking up front as well. Some nice holes here on this drive. Brings up first and 10 for them as they cross in to Maquoketa Valley Field when they pick up 2 yards.
First and 10 from the 49. Twins on the right side. Offset eye in the backfield. Quarterback underneath center. The 4-man front from Maquoketa Valley. Toss back to the tailback on the left side. Turns up in front of us. Flag thrown, though. Back in the backfield.
Then for Fry, the ball carrier.
Fry. Tackled by Maquoketa Valley's Trevor Koopman.
And Koopman came up quickly that time with a penalty as it's on Lisbon.
We're going to back that one up here.
Second penalty of the night. Both of them on Lisbon so far.
Extremely quick ball game here. Very, very clean up to now. Not too many penalties. What is the second penalty?
Second penalty. They waved the one off for the intentional grounding. So they'll head back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll mark off 13 yards, which seems odd.
So way back there, all the way back to the 37-yard line. So 3:49 to go in our first half. It's first down and 23 from the 49. Was it from the position where it happened? They call that one right, Dan?
And not from my standpoint, but
usually you call.
I'm not refereeing, so they can do whatever they want.
Well, to the right side, quarterback keeper forced out of the pocket. Actually forced out of the pack, and Maquoketa Valley then makes him pay for it. Brock Givens is going to be a play action pass, and he got under pressure and rolled way out to the far side. Then it was running for his life in front of Maquoketa Valley in the far sideline. Then the trio of Wildcats brought him down.
Because that last play, even if it's a spot play, and even if it's a 10-yard penalty, still didn't add up right.
No. Second and 22 to the line now. 38-yard line.
We'll give Gibbons a yard on that carry. Has 3 carries now for 4 yards.
2:55 to go in the first half. 14-12 to score. Twins to both sides of the field, out of the shotgun, single back in the backfield. Motion by the slot goes from left to right. And up the fullback inside. Breaks 2 tackles and a third across is 50. Down to 48 yards. And about 12 by Buttress. Jack Buttress is
Maquoketa Valley 48-yard line.
A little more respectable now.
There's a 3rd and 7.
Third down and 7 for Lisbon.
So they've gotten 16 of it back the first 2 plays.
So 3rd and 7 now from the 48 with 2:18 to go in the first half.
Lisbon with 3 timeouts left. Maquoketa Valley with 2 timeouts.
Ball on the far hash mark, wide out on the left side, out of the I formation. Brock Givens underneath center. Toss back to tailback on the short side of the field, which is the far side. Gets down across the 45. Going to be short of the first down, though.
Good hard run, though, by Fry that time. He hit a bunch of Maquoketa Valley tacklers and pushed them down the field about 2 additional yards. That's up 4th and 3.
The Maquoketa Valley 43-yard line.
4th and 3 from the 43.
And 2 for the Lions.
Make it, I'd say it's a long 2, probably more like 3. 2's not going to get you the first down. 3 will.
Yeah, it's 2 plus and 3 minus, so take your choice. And they'll go for it again, 3rd time now for Lisbon going on a 4th down.
And up tailback right. Fumble on the play. It's down. It's going to be not going to be a first down no matter what happens. Really doesn't matter who's got the ball here.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by
Maquoketa Valley. Even if Lisbon would have fell on the ball, it would have been short as well. So 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley with 1:20 to go in the first half. Wildcats lead 14-12. They scored 14 unanswered points.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They can sit on it and go into the half with a lead of 2 points. They can try to wing the ball. That's not really their forte. They've already thrown 1 pick-6 tonight. They threw well last week against Edco. Parmalee can run hard. I don't know how far he can run in a minute 20. He'd be more of a 10-carry guy to get there as opposed to a 2-carry guy. They've only thrown the 1 pass tonight, Maquoketa Valley, and that, of course, was a touchdown for the wrong team if you're on Maquoketa Valley side. So I would doubt they'd think too hard about throwing the ball. Probably Parmalee a couple more times, and if he breaks one, fine. If he doesn't, they go into the halftime with a 2-point lead.
Injured player down on the field for Lisbon. We'll take a break and come back. Score right now with 1:20 going in our first half. 14-12 Maquoketa Valley. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
It's time to think of winterizing your water sports equipment. Need a place to store your boats? Call Hartwig Marina for all of your boating needs. From their full-service repair shop to any accessories you need for fun on the water, Hartwig Marina is serving you on Lake Delhi for over 50 years.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Clifton Murdoch, Earlville, and Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Manchester are proud of all area athletes and coaches. Best of luck for a successful season from everyone at Clifton Murdoch and Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Homes in Earlville and Manchester. Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
14-12 our score with 1:20 to go in our first half. Pass play by Fisher, rolls off the short side of the field, and he's going to be tackled. And it's going to be for a loss, but a flag was thrown as well. Holding against the the Valley. My thoughts are you decline that one after you've already got.
Decline and take a timeout, see if you can get the ball back.
So it's now 1:15 to go in our first half, 14-12 to score.
I mean, you can't really discourage that kind of play. Maquoketa Valley's averaging like 36 yards of completion when they throw it. They just don't throw it very much. They kind of use it as a counter to Parmalee and pound it in the line, pound it in the line, pound it in the line, and then throw it long.
And that penalty is declined for Lisbon. And so it will bring up now second down and 10.
17.
Actually, second and 17 for Maquoketa Valley. And the clock continues to start now here. Continues to run now out of the power I formation.
Surprised Lisbon didn't take a timeout there.
And off inside it goes to Parmalee, breaks the tackle, still on his feet. A third tackle broke, and then he finally gets up, picks about 5 up before he's brought down. So it's now third down and 12 with 50 seconds to go. It's a good point. 2 timeouts. Lisbon has 3 timeouts. Third down and 12 with 40 seconds to go in the first half.
21 carries for Parmalee in the first half as he gets close to the 100-yard mark.
Ball sits just across the 40. And off to Parmalee, off the tackle it goes. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball carrier. Brought down
the 4th and 10 now. It appears like the clock will continue to run. And Maquoketa Valley happy just to stand there and watch. Looks like the half will end. Maquoketa Valley will go into the locker room ahead 14-12 after scoring the last 2 times when Lisbon jumped to a 12-0 lead.
We'll take a break and come back with some halftime statistics as you're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH. Our score at halftime, Maquoketa Valley 14, Lisbon 12.
For granted, until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply free checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at csbiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Hillside Manufacturing is your small machine shop on Campo Road in Delhi. Hillside Manufacturing specializes in boat docks, metal fabrications, custom powder painting, and manufacturing outdoor wood boilers. Call Daryl and Deanna Hogan at 563-922-9026 today. Hillside Manufacturing. Go Wildcats!
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Delhi Insurance Agency wishes all the area athletes and coaches the best for a successful season. See Larry, Sue, Christy, and Chad for all of your insurance needs, from home to commercial and everything in between. Delhi Insurance Agency in Delhi. Go Wildcats!
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Delhi Machine Shop does lathe work, mill work, and all types of manufacturing and tractor repair. They are open Monday through Friday and until noon on Saturday. For all of your service calls, tractor repairs, and overhauls, see the specialists at Delhi Machine Shop.
Whatever your favorite sport, we know you will join Parrot Insurance and Grinnell Mutual in supporting all of our local athletes. Parrot Insurance is proud to be part of this community and looks forward to catching all of the sports action this year. If you want a strong insurance team working for you, call Parrot Insurance today for a quote from Grinnell Mutual and experience our policy of working together.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff cares deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point.
Wolf Cool Electric specializes in residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and aerial work. They sell and service Generac generators and renewable energy systems. For all of your electric sales and service needs, call the experts at Wolf Cool Electric, 563-922-2395.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Clifton, Murdoch, Earlville, and Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Manchester are proud of all area athletes and coaches. Best of luck for a successful season from everyone at Clifton Murdoch and Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Homes in Earlville and Manchester.
Hi, everybody. It's Jamie Vasky, the voice of West Delaware football, and I had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in our neighborhood designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society's Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
Monticello Sports is your retail sporting goods store in Monticello. They carry shoes, uniforms, and equipment and do screening for all area schools. Monticello Sports is your specialty sporting goods shop in Monticello.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Hillside Manufacturing is your small machine shop on Campo Road in Delhi. Hillside Manufacturing specializes in boat docks, metal fabrications, custom powder painting, and manufacturing outdoor wood boilers. Call Daryl and Deanna Hogan at 563-922-9026 today. Hillside Manufacturing. Go Wildcats!
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Delhi Insurance Agency wishes all the area athletes and coaches the best for a successful season. See Larry, Sue, Christy, and Chad for all of your insurance needs, from home to commercial and everything in between. Delhi Insurance Agency in Delhi. Go Wildcats!
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
At Tauke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TaukeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
GMB Bank in Manchester is proud to support all area athletes and their communities.
The GMB team is your connection to convenient banking and everyday time savers, like your debit card, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. Connect with a financial partner who truly understands your needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
Delhi Machine Shop does lathe work, mill work, and all types of manufacturing and tractor repair. They are open Monday through Friday and until noon on Saturday. For all of your service calls, tractor repairs, and overhauls, see the specialists at Delhi Machine Shop.
Larry at Greenworks Landscaping can create the look you've always wanted with landscaping, trees, and shrubs, retaining walls, paver patios, fire rings, and windbreaks. Larry can deliver bulk mulch. And edgers, call Larry at 563-920-3776. Greenworks Landscaping, from complete custom landscape to the do-it-yourselfer.
Strength on its own can be impressive. When consistency is added, that's when it becomes real. Northwestern Mutual has been able to deliver real financial strength for over 150 years through every economic environment. Contact me, Mitch Payton or Matt Schulte today. Northwestern Mutual, insurance, investments, ideas.
Wolf Cooley Electric specializes in residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and aerial work. They sell and service Generac generators and renewable energy systems. For all of your electric sales and service needs, call the experts at Wolf Cooley Electric, 563-922-2395.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
Get in shape and have fun at 24-Hour Total Fitness Center on East Main in Manchester. All levels, all ages. Begin your road to better health today at 24-Hour Total Fitness Center, East Main, Manchester.
There's nothing better than a free Dupaco Money Makeover to help you get ahead in life. Our financial professionals will sit down with you and look for ways to cut costs and free up money for daily living and long-term saving. The Dupaco Money Makeover, a good look for your financial future. Dupaco Community Credit Union, the financial home you own.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your Pride of the Lions marching band. The Pride of the Lions marching band is under the direction of Alan Keichler, while band director Jennifer Sheedy is enjoying paternity leave with the newest addition to the Sheedy family, Ira Marie. This year's drum majors are Bernadette Paduccia and Larissa Baldwin. Drumline captain is Seth Riddle. Speaking on behalf of the band, this is Darren Williams.
Welcome back to Lisbon High School. Our score at halftime, Maquoketa Valley 12, Maquoketa Valley 14, Lisbon 12. Beautiful night for football. Lisbon's band is performing here and marching on the field.
Time for the 50-50 drawing.
A lot of football being played in the area, of course. If you're listening online, you can check out the scores as well. And if you're on the way home tonight, you also probably know the scores as well. But a beautiful night for football here, Maquoketa Valley and Lisbon, two of the top two teams in the district. It's up for grabs in this district. Starmont, East Buchanan, North Lynn. Seems like two of those three are going to make the next two playoff spots.
Well, and the battle here tonight is for the top two, obviously, and that and that's been a tight game. It's kind of a tale of two halves, as Lisbon jumped out to a 12-0 lead. Gibbons scored on a 28-yard pass play from Gibbons with 9:08 to go in the first quarter. The 2-point conversion was no good. And on the next possession, Lisbon intercepted Ryan Light with a 51-yard touchdown return. Again, the 2-point conversion failed, and Lisbon led 12-0. With 2:31 to go in the first quarter, Parmalee had a 2-yard run. The extra point was good. Maquoketa Valley cut the lead to 12-7, and then took the lead after they took the ball over on the Lisbon 26 after a unconverted fourth down pass. Parmalee again with another 2-yard run. The extra point was good again, and we stand at halftime now, score 14-12 in favor of Maquoketa Valley. For Maquoketa Valley, of course, the offense revolves around Ryan Parmalee, and no different tonight. He carried the ball 22 times for 95 yards unofficially in the first half. Jeremy Fisher lost 6 on 3 carries, won a 7-yard sack. Salo had 2 carries for 12 yards, and Trevor Copeman had 1 carry for 1. Only the 1 pass for quarterback Jeremy Fisher. That was his first one of the night that was intercepted in return for a touchdown. For Lisbon, they've had a nice offensive ground game as well in the first half. Givens, quarterback, 3 carries for 2 yards. Benton Fry has done a nice job running. He has 7 carries for 67 yards. Jack Buttress has 6 carries for 55 yards, and Wooly Benesek has 6 carries for 20 yards. They have 33 yards in passing, accounting for all the passing yards in the game. One, the 28-yard pass to Buttress for the touchdown. Turnovers, each team with 1, although Lisbon's turned it over on downs twice. Once deep inside their own territory. Lisbon with 6 first downs, and Maquoketa Valley with 8. And I would suspect you'll see more of the first half in the second half, and that'll be Ryan Parmley on the ground and Lisbon trying to mix the pass and the run to retake the lead that they held for most of the first half.
As usual, that the scoring drive from Maquoketa Valley, their first scoring drive, Parmley was the lone back in the backfield. Quarterback Fisher was actually one of the trips usually to the left side of the field or the wide side, and after that direct snap, Parmley just was picking a hole and went to it.
I liked it. You add an extra blocker for Parmley. Parmley can act as his own blocker when he runs, and it was an efficient way to move the ball down the field. It was kind of a no-nonsense, straight ahead, run the ball right at him, see what happens, and in that case, Maquoketa Valley was able to cut the lead to 12-7 at that point. So you have an update. How's Edco doing in the...
That's what I've heard. Edco's still ahead.
6-0 was the last I think we heard.
Yeah, so they're up, and
East Buchanan kind of pulling a surprise on Starmont at this point, 7-6, I think.
Yep, the score last I got anyway. Last score I got anyway. It was East Buchanan over Starmont. So yeah,
so close games all around.
Yeah, this is a very, very tough district as far as a lot of parity here. You know, you've got Postville and the other team down at the bottom, but other than that, I think everybody else in a given night is going to be fighting for that 3rd and 4th spot. I think clearly right now it's Lisbon and Maquoketa Valley at spots 1 and 2, but things can change as well.
Well, this certainly looks like a preview for the playoffs. Hope the weather's this nice come playoffs.
Yeah, wouldn't you like that? I'd like to thank these Maquoketa Valley sponsors: Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, Delhi Insurance Agency, Delhi Machine Shop, Hartwick Marina, Hillside Manufacturing, Monticello Sports, and Wolf Cool Electric. And make sure you listen to the Coach's Corner tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and as well as to the Hawks. And so the Hawkeyes.
Who hosts that coach's show for KMCH?
I believe it's me, yes. I think I'm there.
The Lilt voice of Kevin Cookman with the coaches on Saturday morning. I'm sure they all like to get up early on Saturday morning to talk to you after a long Friday night on the football.
Those coaches love talking football. You know, we start calling people about 6:30, and they love it. As soon as you call, you could sound like the middle of the day. They're enthusiastic, and they love talking about their teams. And that's the cool thing about getting to talk to each of these guys. Win or lose, there's a lot of pride in what's happened every week, and that's the exciting thing. It's to hearing all the good things that have happened.
And halfway through the season, a lot of anticipation for a lot of the area teams. West Delaware motoring along in their schedule. Maquoketa Valley, obviously, motoring along in their schedule. Beckman having a pretty good year. West Butte having a better year than they had last year. Cascade having an outstanding year. Starmont have a chance at the playoffs. Edco a chance at the playoffs. Clayton Ridge will have a chance at the playoffs probably. So just a nice group of football teams in the KMCH coverage area. And
very, very competitive, too. You look at the 2A, Monticello's in a very tough 2A, and it's, of course, Beckman is an extremely tough one, too, with Waukon and North Fayette, CPU, New Hampton. Those are 5 teams right there that have had a tremendous amount of playoff experience in the last few years, and every one of them knows how to get there, but sadly, somebody's going to stay at home.
Well, and you only have 4 spots, so that, doesn't work well for 5 teams. It does for 4 out of the 5.
It does, indeed, with that.
But it's certainly better than when they had 2.
Oh, back
that would really have been
Well,
struggle to make the playoffs.
The more difficult one was when they took the conference champion. So when you had different sized schools playing against each other, and if you were a small school, very seldom would you make the playoffs, except when they started. Then they went to weighted. You know, if you beat a bigger school, you got weighted points. And, you know, I can remember West Central Maynard being a 1A school playing in the Upper Iowa, and then a small school in the Upper Iowa. And they would make the playoffs because they're knocking off these 3A and 2A schools all the time.
Well, but then you can go back to before they even had the playoffs. And then you had the situation where Valley or Dowling thought they were the best team in the state. Cedar Rapids, Washington thought they were the best team in the state. Waterloo East thought they were the best team in the state. So, you know, it's probably better to settle, take as many teams as you can into the playoffs, let them play it off. And it may not be the best team, but it's the one that survives in November that'll end up being crowned the state champion.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a nice way to have a season close versus saying, oh, last game of the year, like in junior high sports. Oh, it's your last game. Time to put the equipment away.
Yep, you're 9-0, and thanks for playing. We'll look forward to seeing it wrestling or basketball.
Yeah, we'll have pizza party tomorrow, so we'll turn uniforms in, right? Yeah, a little bit different, a lot more fun, huh?
Maquoketa Valley should receive the ball here in the second half.
We're just getting ready to start here. Both teams have come back out on the field. It's 14-12 of the score right now with Maquoketa Valley on top, having scored 14 unanswered points. Maquoketa Valley found themselves down by 12 early in the first quarter. Remember right, it was like 5:37 to go in the first when I believe that they found themselves down by 12 and came right back and scored the last 14. So here we go. Maquoketa Valley will be receiving. They're defending the south end zone, and they're out there in their white uniforms with the gold numbers. And I wish that black trim around the gold numbers was just a little bit thicker. Got the black helmets on, and of course Lisbon with their traditional black pants and tops with the red numbers and the white helmets with the red stripe down the middle.
And Maquoketa Valley would be better served for announcing purposes with black numbers and gold helmets.
And here we go, kicking off from our right to our left will be the Lions. Another onside kick here. And the Wildcats fall down on it this time. They're ready for it at the 42. That's the second one. The Lisbon got the first one. And so here we go, 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley. Lisbon has gone out. They're just crazy with trying these special plays tonight. They've had 2 onside kicks. They've had a fake punt. It's just crazy the stuff that they're doing against Maquoketa Valley.
Well, they're certainly not playing conservatively, but they're playing all out, which is fun to see. And some plays work, some plays haven't, and they're within 2 points here going into the second half, anybody's ball game.
Ball on the far hash mark, which is the short side of the field. Twins on the right side, out of the shotgun. Spot goes from right to left. The left was Trevor Koopman. Hand off the farm lane. Huge hole up the middle. Break the tackle. He's going to go in for the score. Touchdown, Maquoketa Valley. Home time.
The train left the station on time there. A 62-yard run for Parmalee.
He ran a little bit of a friction up at the line of scrimmage, and then he was gone. Accelerated. 20-12 the score here. Wildcats on top. 11:48 to go in our third quarter. Wow, that one is just boom. He shifted from first to second to third, and then he outraced. There was a competitor running right next to him side for side, but couldn't catch him. And does he have enough gas to kick the point after attempt? It's up. That's through.
Well, that was Steve Huber, actually. That was in a hurry.
That was quick. Well, yeah, okay, he ran that. 11:48 to go here in our third quarter. So the Wildcats, you got a kickoff, which is an onside kick. So that play took all of 12 seconds. So he ran a 60-yard in 12 seconds with pads on, and that's pretty quick, Dan.
Well, and I don't think the onside kick made a difference. He would have run that in from 80 yards away. They could have kicked it through. They would have run it back.
Wildcats stretched that defense out. They had trips on the right side, wide out on the left side. Slot man went in motion. And then, boom.
Now a 2-possession game for Maquoketa Valley. Lisbon's shown that they're dangerous on offense, though, and willing to try about anything. So the game far from over. Just good momentum coming out of the halftime for Maquoketa Valley. And Parmalee now up over 150 yards with 157.
And it's still short shirt weather here right now. Very comfortable right now.
I think it's getting a little uncomfortable for the home team. They got out to a big lead, and is getting it back now. It's their turn to see if they can mount a comeback.
21 unanswered points from Maquoketa Valley. Nice return for Lisbon, though, on the far side of the field, out across, picked it up at the 5, got out close to the 35. We've got a Wildcat down. It looks like grabbing his hamstring. Slow to get up.
Brought down at the Lisbon 32-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be a back.
And officials timeout for an injured player.
So he was grabbing that hamstring, so I don't know if that could be a reflection of a knee or it could be a hamstring. But that Wildcat, you hate to see anybody go down.
On his back now, being attended to by trainers. Might as well go to a break here while we have this injury timeout. You're listening to high school football on KMCH, your high school leader in sports in Eastern Iowa.
Not on the road, so when the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Monticello Sports is your retail sporting goods store in Monticello. They carry shoes, uniforms, and equipment and do screening for all area schools. Monticello Sports is your specialty sporting goods shop in Monticello.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Did you see the number?
No. Welcome back to Lisbon High School. Our score, 21-12. Maquoketa Valley on top. 11:39 to go in the third. The injured player being helped off the field. With those light numbers, it's really hard to see, especially when the trainers have got him on both sides and he's gingerly favoring that. Looks like it's the right leg.
And we certainly don't want to speculate.
No, I can't see who the number is. So back to action here. Lisbon, 1st and 10 from the 33. 11:39 to go in the third quarter. And a handoff left side that breaks the tackle. Then he's going to be dropped for a big loss inside the 20, inside the 30.
Benson tried
to bust it loose. Got driven back here. It's now second down and about 13.
Loss of 3 on the play.
And Fry comes up a little gimpy on the play. Back to the huddle. First time they've caught him behind the line. He's had a nice night running the ball.
2nd and 13 from the 30 with 11:08 to go in the third quarter. Maquoketa Valley leads 21-12 with a 21-point burst here. Unanswered points here. Twins on the left side, wide out on the right side out of the shotgun. Twin goes from motion from left to right. And a hand up quarterback, hands off to fullback to Fry. Fry goes straight up and gets across the 30, the 35, the 40, across midfield, down the 40, the 35, and he's knocked out of bounds.
Buttress with a 50-yard gain.
Maquoketa Valley 24.
Lisbon spread out that defense. And Buttress is the guy standing back next to the quarterback. And a quick handoff by Givens to Buttress. And Buttress scoots down 10-20. Those in a 50-yard run.
50-yard run from how I counted. But
wow. Down to the 24.
The defense centered on the quarterback, Givens, and he had already handed out the ball. And Buttress able to rip one off for a long game.
10:34 to go here in our third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line of Maquoketa Valley. Quarterback drops back to pass. Slant pass, far right corner. It's going to be incomplete, and there's no flag. The fans in front of us, of course, we're directly surrounded by Lisbon fans all around us, and every one of them here saying that should have been an interference.
Well, lucky it wasn't picked off. The safety came over and almost made a great play on it to pick it off. Sets up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 24 with 10:39 to go here.
And really, Edco did this last week to Maquoketa Valley. They just dropped back and let her rip and completed 3 or 4 long passes. So.
Ball on the near hash mark, wide out on the far side of the field. Twins on the left side. In the backfield, it's the quarterback out of the shotgun. Motion for the slot man goes from left to right. And the quarterback keeper up the middle. And dodging his way through with Brock Givens. And he's going to be dropped.
Givens, the ball carrier.
3rd down now and 10.
And they might give us forward progress
No,
yards, maybe.
Third and 10 for the Lions.
Third and 10
From the Wildcats, 24-yard line.
So the Wildcats holding tough here, but Lisbon has always been in 4-down situations.
I was going to say they're in a 4-down situation on their own 26, so I would guess this is 4-down territory here.
Twins on the left side, wide out on the right side, the shotgun, and in the backfield, standing next to the quarterback, is Jack Buttress. Motion from left to right by Benton Fry. Dropping back to pass, pumps once to the left side, then to the right. Under pressure, quarterback tucks it away. He's going to have to scramble. Inside the 20, break the tackle, down to the 30. Inside the 15, down to the 10, the 5. First down. Gibbons with a broken play. Scrambles back and then forward.
4-yard line.
Down to the 4-yard line.
Almost a sack, and he turns it into a nice game, breaking a tackle in the backfield, running it up the middle.
That was a lot of agility and a lot of speed.
So, first and goal now for Lisbon.
Here we go from the 4-yard line. 9:35 to go in the third quarter. Under center, the quarterback. Offset eye in the backfield. And off right guard tackle gap, and they got caught in the back.
Fry, the runner.
Fry brings up now second down and 3. Goal to go here, actually from the 4.
Brought down after a gain of 1.
9-12 and counting here. Wildcats up 21-12. 2-possession lead right now, but that looks like it might change as Lisbon heads towards Highway 30. Double slot on the left side. Off the offset eye, the quarterback underneath center. Zach, long count here. Brock Givens drops back, reverses out, hand off left guard tackle gap, and it is a touchdown.
Fry with a 4-yard gain, give him a 3-yard touchdown.
Quite a ball game we have here. Fry off tackle, goes in standing. 21-18, our score.
And Lisbon probably will go for 2. They've tried that the first 2 times.
Off by 3 here. Oh, going after, actually, they're going to go for 1. Point after attempt will be kicked by Logan Fronat. And the kick is up, and that one is ripped through the upright. And it is good. And the point after attempt is good, and that pulls the Lions within 2, 21-19.
And the only reason you don't do that, if you anticipate Maquoketa scoring, if they get the 7 again, then it's a 2-score game again. If you go for 2 and make it, then it's 21-20. And then if they kick the extra point, then it's still a 1-possession game. A little too much time probably to worry about that kind of stuff, but that's the numerology of the reason.
And right there you can clearly see that they've got plenty of leg to kick a field goal from I don't know how far back. That was a lot of leg behind that shot, too.
Well, that's their first point after attempt. They went for 2 the first time, so there has to be a reason for that. Probably they think they can get the 2-point conversion.
And, well, Riley Scott on the year has only been 2 for 2. So this is only his 3rd point after 10 on the season. So here goes the kicking honors again. Now this is going to be a high fluffing kick. Caught at the 35, out to the 30, 35 to 40. Still on his feet, tripped up at about the 43. So a nice run back.
8:41 to go here in the third quarter.
With the return.
Calendar says September. It's kind of like the 4th of July here in the third quarter. A lot of explosive offense.
And temperature of about 73. So very deceiving right now as far as being an autumn football game. First and 10 from the 43 with 8:41 to go in the third quarter. 21-19 our score. Twins on the left side, wide on the right side. Ball in there. Hash mark out of the shotgun. And off to Farley. Stiff arms one player and goes around the far side of the field. Turns up around the right side and across the 50-yard line. A pickup of about 8 on the leg. And the man that he stepped on slow to get up.
And amongst the crowd of about 1,500 people, I would say no one didn't think Parmalee was going to get the ball there, and he still was able to turn it into an 8-yard gain. We'll see what the penalty is.
Penalty thrown right where Parmalee went down. The horse collar.
Horse collar tackle called on the Lions.
The Lions. So.
Third penalty on Lisbon for 35 yards. Maquoketa Valley hasn't been penalized yet.
That's one of those newer penalty. That's probably a really good play. You've seen that called in the NFL and in the NCAA, and it's a high school. That's a big play. So that's a big 15-yarder. So 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley, down to the 25-yard line. Or 35, that is.
Well, in that time, Parmalee blocked 3 guys himself, broke away from tackles to turn it into an 8-yard gain.
So on the 35, slot goes from motion from right to left. Parmalee gets the football, hands off right guard, tackle that, and he leans forward and falls close to a first down. When he falls forward, he's still picking up 5. So it's now 2nd down and about 3.
After a gain of 9, we'll bring up 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. Boy, do they give you a good spot on that one as well. So 2nd and 1 from the...
He stumbled for a long ways on that play.
He did. 7:55 in the 3rd quarter. Maquoketa Valley up.
79 yards for Parmalee here in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Spot on the left side, which is the short side of the field. Wide out on the right side. Parmalee is standing behind Fisher. Drop back pass from right side angle. Man, wide open in the end zone. And incomplete.
And that's pretty much been Maquoketa Valley's pass offense. They'll run Parmalee a lot and then try to throw it long. Close on that play, but no point.
Pass was incomplete.
Only thing that stopped that pass from being a completion was that he was overthrew. Fisher overthrew Zach Saylor. Saylor was wide open. We're heading right toward that far deep pylon in the corner.
Now 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Parmalee, the obvious choice here, at least in the next carry.
Same formation once again. Parmalee gets the ball, goes straight up the middle, and he's going to go in untouched. Touchdown. Touchdown Parmalee, touchdown Maquoketa Valley.
Ryan Parmalee.
And how often do you see the situation where they squeeze the middle, the running back breaks the line, and then it's just an easy run to the end zone? 29 yards on that touchdown.
Well, that pass stretches you out one way, vertical, and then, of course, the formation stretches you out horizontally, and then that just breaks that wall for Parmalee. He just came in literally untouched.
Sounds too aerobic for me.
7:33 to go in our 3rd quarter, 27-19. Point after attempt is up, and that one is through.
Point after attempt is good.
28-19. Wildcats have answered right back in this highly contested football game.
Parmalee now with 3 touchdowns. It gives him 12 on the year, 2 in the 3rd quarter. And the offensive have certainly asserted themselves here in the second half. We're not halfway through, and we've had 21 points scored.
Thank these Maquoketa Valley sponsors for making tonight's game possible. Clinton Murdoch Funeral Home, Delhi Insurance Agency, Delhi Machine Shop, Heartbreak Marina, Hillside Manufacturing, Monticello Sports, and Wolfpool Electric.
Now it'll be up for Lisbon to come back. They mounted a great drive last time to keep in the game. Good running attack. They don't have a Parmalee, but they have 3 or 4 backs that are capable of breaking it. And they showed that last time. Buttress Fry and their quarterback, Givens, all made nice runs that led to their touchdown drive.
Here's the kickoff. Nice deep kick. Caught at the chest at the 5, out to 10, to 15, to 20, to 25. And brought down across the 25. So return to 22 by Ryan Wright.
And except for a stumble, that would have been a longer return.
So 1st and 10, Lisbon.
37-yard line.
Up to the 37-yard line. 7:26 to go here in our 3rd quarter. It's quite a ball game.
28-19, Maquoketa Valley with the lead. Of course, they've had a good offense all year, have led up some points, but that hasn't really mattered given the propensity of their offense to score.
Gibbons under center, single man in the backfield, wide out to the left side of the field and inside on the right side, ball in the far hash mark. Could be a slant pass, he's under pressure, breaks a tackle. He's loose once again here, and this time Maquoketa Valley, it's 4 tacklers drive him back.
But the first guy missed. Givens has done a nice job of avoiding the first hit. Turned one into a huge gain the last drive. This time he loses.
35-yard line.
2nd and 12 now from the 35 with 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, 28-19.
And Lisbon looking to pass there on the first down. Did a nice job running the ball the first drive. We'll see if they go back to that here when 2nd and 10.
Twins on the left side, wide out on the right side. Got a shotgun man standing directly right to the right of the quarterback. They hand off to him. Comes around the left side, left guard tackle gap. Driven back at the 40-yard line and driven out of bounds hard. Ball carrier there for Lisbon was Willis Benishek, a junior.
And Copeman on the tackle as he drove him out of bounds. Have to be careful about that a little bit. He was pushing him as they were out of bounds, and you certainly don't want to give up a big penalty in this situation.
3rd and 12 from the 35, 6:33 to go in the contest. The third quarter, that is. Beautiful night for football here. Very pleasant temperatures. Nice crowd from Maquoketa Valley. Twins on the left side, wide out on the right side. Again, out of the shotgun. Motion from the left to right by the slot man. Quarterback Brock Givens rolls out, hits the slot man the far side of the field in front of the Maquoketa Valley bench, picks up the first down, and more inside Maquoketa Valley territory, down to the 45-yard line. Fry with a nice catch and run. He was the slot man.
Third conversion on a pass for Lisbon and picks up a first down.
Nobody picked him up as he came out of the backfield. Slot man on the left side to right, and then angled out to the sideline. And a nice pass by Givens, caught him in stride. Picked up 10, 1st and 10 now.
And Lisbon on a drive, now trying to answer Maquoketa Valley's drive.
1st and 10 from the 48 with 6:26 to go now in the third quarter. Again, a slot man on both sides here. Pumps once, going down deep, under pressure, he tripped up and sacked. Couldn't escape that time.
And that was a nice ankle trip. Looks like it was number 54. We'll give the credit to Curtis Netzker.
Curtis Netzker with the tackle for loss on the play.
Netzker with the...
Yeah, see, I beat the PA announcer to that one.
Brings up 2nd and 17 to the Lions.
Now 2nd down and 17 to go for...
5:50 here.
Having a little technical difficulties. Lions with the ball, 2nd and 17.
Out of the shotgun once again. There it is. Going to be caught. Across the 50, down to the 40, good for a first down.
Beautiful play that time by Lisbon. They set up the screen. Maquoketa Valley came with the blitz, and it was a 20-yard gain.
1st and 10. Lisbon.
And that'll give Lisbon the ball 1st and 10 now at the Maquoketa Valley 37 with 5:34 to go in the game. 28-19, Maquoketa Valley with the lead. A lot of scoring here in the second half. Maquoketa Valley with 2 scores by Brian Copeman. Maquoketa Valley extending their lead, and then Lisbon coming back, scoring on their last possession, and now driving into Maquoketa Valley territory with 5:34 to go in the third quarter. That was a beautiful play as Light caught it over the middle and rumbled to the first down when it was 2nd and long. Clock now set and running. Lisbon will come to the line now, 1st and 10 on their own 37.
Swing to the left side. Under quarterback offset high here. Gibbons under center. I got it all the way.
Fry with the 30 down inside the 5. Well, and what's happened that time, Maquoketa Valley's blitzed the last 2 plays, and Lisbon's burned them on both. One on the screen pass and then one on the sweep by Fry. They have the ball now 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Benson drive is also
Fry crawls forward. He'll go down to the 1, a gain of 4. 2nd and goal now.
4:54 to go in the third quarter. 28-19 on this thing. Now 1st and goal to go here. 2nd down.
Fry up to 122 yards now on the ground.
Went to the left side, offset eye in the center. The quarterback. And he's short.
Willis finish at the ball carrier.
Carry.
No gain on the play brings up 3rd and goal for the Lions.
So Lisbon answering the Maquoketa Valley drive with another drive of their own. 4 drives in this quarter. looks like it'll result in the fourth touchdown. Fourth touchdown of the quarter, and we still have 4:04 to go.
Wow. And first quarter was all Lisbon, Coastal Valley. They came back and almost went in. Put that big and back to a 2-point game once again.
Well, it's certainly been the offense over the defense in the third quarter. The offense, 4 possessions, 2 for each team, 4 touchdowns. After a fairly good defensive effort by both teams in the first half, adjustments at halftime have certainly favored the offenses, and looks like we're headed for a shootout here in the fourth quarter.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
And out comes Maquoketa Valley offense. Ryan Parmalee now up to 203 yards on the game. He has over 100 in this half. So I assume that will be the offensive plan for Maquoketa Valley as they have their third possession of the third quarter.
Left side, right side, out of the shotgun. Left first down. Picks up Freelor. He's got the ball carrier.
I don't know. He might be the KCRG athlete of the week. On their telecast of the game tonight, he's up to 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, and we have 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. Maquoketa Valley leading 28-26.
He's having what other players might come as a career in 190. And up the top at the 48.
Ryan Parmalee, the ball carrier.
And he certainly doesn't seem to be wearing down at all as he gains 4 on the first down play. Kind of a moral victory for Lisbon. And then before, first time he's been held under 8 in the second half.
Second and 3 to go in the third quarter. 28-26. Out of the shotgun again. Ball snap and out to Parmalee. Now it goes off the right tackle.
Pick up about 4. It'll bring up about a 3rd and 2.
Stopped by Dylan Clark at the Lisbon 40-yard line.
All right, call it 3rd and 3. They mark it right on the 40. Probably 2-down territory, though, for Maquoketa Valley. I doubt they'll do anything but run Parmalee here.
Right out, both sides, on the right side. Straight up the center, off the left side, bounces inside the 35. Should have picked up the first down.
And again, he acted as his own blocker there. He got hit about the 38, knocked off the tackler, and goes forward for a first down, pick up about 4 again.
Trial at the Lisbon 35-yard line. First and 10, Wildcats.
2:18 and counting here.
Parmalee now at 30 carries on the game.
Wildcats look to the sideline for the signal. They use placards Right on the right side. Hand off to Parmley. Coach. This time it goes from the left side. And he gets it up and dropped at the scrimmage.
And nice pursuit that time by the Lisbon defenders, holding Parmalee to a 2-yard gain.
Second down and 8 now with 1:48 to go.
And the clock's still running fast. There's a lot of ground game by both teams. And Maquoketa Valley at this point wouldn't mind the clock running as they run Parmalee. Nice big game clocks showing the times up.
Quarterback keeper now at Fisher. He's not going to pick up more than a yard. And so it's now third down and 7 from about the 34.
About a minute 15 to go here, third quarter.
And it looks like we've got an injured Lion down. With that, we'll take a break, too. 28-26, 1:12 to go in the third. Official timeout. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH.
Banking is all about relationships at F&M. We know that relationships take time to build and nurture. They are based on trust, commitment, and loyalty. Relationships don't happen overnight or by chance. They are the financial goals of the individual client. Building relationships with our clients and community are essential. F&M Bank, the right choice. Member FDIC.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects. Or visit Newhouse Construction. Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Check them out on their web at bobstephenmotors.com.
A great night out awaits you at Hartridge Golf Course. Join us for Taco Tuesday and our Thursday night specials featuring roasted chicken. Watch the Iowa games with 50-cent wings and drink specials at Hartridge, north of Manchester on 195th Street.
Heritage Bank is proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff and wish them the best of luck for a successful season. Heritage Bank has friendly and knowledgeable staff and service. Heritage Bank, the right bank, will make a difference. Member FDIC.
Northeast Iowa Telephone Service in Manchester has everything you need to stay connected. Northeast Iowa Telephone has a staff of professionals available to help you get connected, from the installation of your new entertainment system to cable and data wiring in your home or business. Northeast Iowa Telephone Service is your sight, sound, and electronics connection on South Franklin Street in downtown Manchester.
Welcome back to Lisbon High School. The injured player looks like he's favoring his arm. And it's one of those stuff where you don't know which way that's going to go. Could be an arm or a rib cage. It looks like the injured guy was Austin Frob, I think. Clock starts here, 1:10 to go and counting here in the third quarter. Maquoketa Valley, it's now 3rd and 7 from the 32-yard line. Hand off Parmalee around the far side of the field, which is the near side. Turns it up inside the 10. Came around the wide side, right in front of us here. Angled toward the sideline. It's going to pick up the first down.
And that was a direct snap as they had everybody in front of him as they ran to the right, 3 blockers in front of him.
First and 10, Wildcat.
So 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley here from the 15-yard line. Under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Wildcats up 28-26. Both teams have answered each other's call here. Lisbon scores, Maquoketa Valley answers back. Lisbon scores, Maquoketa Valley answers back. And here we go. And Maquoketa Valley looks like they're going to answer right back here. And off inside, it goes bounces around the left side and toward the shoulder, puts the right shoulder down.
Cooper in the ball.
With the carry, very, very quick. Turned it around the left side.
Only the second carry, but he gains about 8 on that play. That's up a 2nd and 2.
Just enough of a difference there that they keep them off balance. They keep
and Koopman, a very good player. He also plays linebacker just like Parmalee, running back like Parmalee, but certainly in the shadow of Parmalee. But he's also a quality player that really contributes on defense and can be an alternative on offense.
That brings our third quarter to a close. 28-26 our score. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH.
Do you suffer from chronic or acute pain? Long-Term Medical Supply now offers pain relief for you with their non-prescription TENS device. Shop their convenient location in downtown Manchester and find pain relief in as little as 15 minutes with a TENS device from Long-Term Medical Supply.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time to think of winterizing your water sports equipment. Need a place to store your boats? Call Hartwick Marina for all of your boating needs. From their full-service repair shop to any accessories you need for fun on the water, Hartwick Marina is serving you on Lake Delhi for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Lisbon High School. We begin our fourth quarter with Maquoketa Valley leading 28-26. Second and third now from the 8-yard line.
And Parmley goes into the fourth quarter 32 carries on 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, and that's only 3 quarters through the game. There's been no answer to stop him tonight.
So, Twins on the left side. And out the right side it goes, and a stiff arm toward the end zone. Touchdown, Maquoketa Valley. Copeland with another carry.
And a 6-yard run for him.
And so score, Maquoketa Vally. So actually, I believe it was actually a handoff.
It was
from Parmalee to Koopman. And Koopman literally. Everybody was still keying on Parmalee, and Koopman kind of angled off the right tip of the right end and went in.
Right. Like, why do you have the ball?
Point after attempt is kicked up through the uprights, and that one is good as well. Point after attempt is good here for Maquoketa Valley. And so our score, 35-26. 11:54 to go in the fourth quarter. And if anything goes as it's gone so far the second half, Lisbon's come right back down and score.
Well, both teams, a lot of credit to their coaching staff. Both teams could have hung their head and kind of slinked away into the night, but both of them have held tight, come back when they've had to, answered the other team when they've apparently had gotten the momentum. Now it's Lisbon's turn to answer. Certainly a heavyweight fight here tonight. The offense is way better than the defense in the second half. I'm not sure, though, when you look back on this game late at night, when you're laying down with your head on the pillow and your eyes are open, you don't think, man, fake punt, that may have been the turning point in the game on your own 26.
Isn't that something? You just don't know, though. And it could have been another quick score for Lisbon.
I mean, 40 points later, there's been a lot of opportunity to score, but that seemed to change the momentum a little bit. We'll see what Lisbon does here.
Change field position, at least. And here's the kick for Maquoketa Valley. And a flag has been thrown at the kick. Doesn't happen very often, does it?
Well, with the new rule, I think they were running and went across line. First penalty for Maquoketa Valley of the evening. They've played a
flag on the play for
free game
on Maquoketa Valley.
So now they'll move back 5 and kick it again. So 11:54 here to go in the game. 61 points put on the board, 35 by Maquoketa Valley.
11:54 to go here. Now area scores. Starmont right now leads EB at halftime 20-7. Anamosa on top of Comanche 29-7. Western Dubuque at halftime was on top of Waller 7-6. Free kick here picked up at the 20, up to the 30, the 35, the 40. Return up the sideline, up to the 45-yard line.
And a nice return, good field position now.
Wright returns the kickoff for the Lions.
For Lisbon.
So Ryan Wright with the return for the Lions.
The 39-yard line.
Out to the 39, a nice return. It was a deep kick, too. It wasn't like they really lost any penalty.
But the defense sucked into the middle of the field. He was able to get to the sideline and made a nice return of it out to the 39, where Lisbon will take over.
So first and 10 Lions from the 39-yard line. 11:47 to go in the contest. 35-26 the score. Ball on the far hash mark. Twins on the far side of the field, which is the short side. Offset eye in the backfield. Quarterback Brock Givens under center. Slant pass is going to be caught in the far side, in front of the Maquoketa Valley sideline. Tackle at the 42, a gain of about 3 on the play.
And a short pass there. Nice throw by Givens.
2nd and 8 for the Lions.
2-yard play.
41-yard line.
So 2nd and 8. Out to the 42. A lot of area schools have homecoming tonight. This isn't one of them, though. But it sure acts like it. This is like a circus atmosphere here.
Would have been a good night for it. Perfect weather.
Offset eye again. Givens under center, going from our left to our right here. 11:09 to go in the contest. Hand off to fullback off the left side. Bounces out sideline in front of the Maquoketa Valley side.
Willis Benishek
with the carry. Maybe picked up 3. It's now 3rd down and 5.
Well, and certainly a good push that time by the Lisbon line. They had a bit of linemen backwards, but Coltman and Parmalee filled in at the linebacker. They held the gain to 3. Brings up 3rd and 4, they're calling it.
3rd and 4 from the 45 with 10:38 to go here in the game. Wide out to both sides, toss back to the tailback, near side of the field in front of us, which is the wide side, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage barely. So Benton Fry took the
top of the ball carrier. Brought down after a gain of 1.
Coltman on the tackle that time as well.
Brings up 4th and 3 for the Lions.
Assisted by Parmalee. So now 4th down and 3. And 4th time that Lisbon's gone for it here on 4th down tonight.
Ball in near hash mark. Twins on the right side, wide out on the left side. We've got a quarterback in the shotgun, and to his right is a back. Passes once across the middle. It's going to be caught. And across the 35. Down to the 30.
Down to about the 43.
That is. Those hash marks. So that was in front of about 10. Those hash marks are tough.
1st and 10 Lions.
1st and 10 Lions, though.
Another nice play call given the blitz by Maquoketa Valley aggressive on that 4th and 3. Came after him. Second time they've thrown that screen. Second time it's been a 1st down. Ball now in Maquoketa Valley territory. 9:35 to go. They lead by 9.
35-26. Twins to the right side again. Ball on the far side of the field. Hand off the tailback on the right side he goes. Off right tackle. Pick up 3 on the play. Now 2nd down. Thing is, Lisbon cannot just keep trading. They can't just keep trading touchdowns with Maquoketa Valley.
Well, but the way they onside kick, I assume that's going to be their strategy here if they can score it again. They've had, 2 onside kicks already. They're 2 for 4 now on 4th down conversions.
They've just put the pedal down, the pedal, and they've just kept it going. They don't want to give that ball up. They don't give it up by punt. They don't even get it off by kick if they have to. Twins on the right side, offset eye in the backfield. Quarterback under center, Givens passes to the slot man on the right side. Caught inside the 40, down to the 35.
34, Light again on the reception.
It's completed to Ryan Light.
So Ryan Light having a nice night as well.
And Givens starting to have a nice night. He's completed 5 passes in a row.
And so, 8:39 to go here. 35-26 from Lisbon. It's a 1st down for the Lions.
Clock approaching 8:30 here. Ball on about the 34 of Maquoketa Valley.
Head coach Ken Allison has another nice ball clip for these Lions. Off the left side it goes. The handoff.
Fry again.
Fry.
Benton Fry, the ball carrier.
And so now 2nd down.
Down at the Maquoketa Valley 26-yard line.
Gain of 9 for Fry.
Down to about the 26-yard line.
Clock running. Lisbon driving. It's kind of been the story of the second half. The offense is pretty much running at will.
Both teams taking care of the ball. Both teams scoring. Twins to the far side of the field, standing about 2 yards apart. Offset eye in the backfield. Hand off to the fullback, off the right guard tackle gap, breaks 1 tackle, gets into the secondary, but doesn't pick up a whole lot. And a late flag. Fumble. They're calling a fumble on. Oh, wow. A late fumble. There's a huge break right there. That skips the old cadence. That was a late fumble. Wow. fighting for that extra yard. That's what usually happens. You fight for that extra yardage, and you sometimes forget how to protect the ball. A little bit awkward off balance, and it's squirted loose. So 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley.
And Maquoketa Valley now not only wanting to score, but wanting to run some time off the clock. Only 7:44 to go.
And off to Parmalee. And down.
And he was brought down after about a 4-yard gain, but that was 4 yards after he first was hit. He was almost hit in the backfield. And they're calling it a 2-yard gain.
So it's second down and 8 now from the 24-yard line. 7:25 to go in the contest. 35-26. Twins on the left side from Maquoketa Valley, wide out the far side of the field. Out of the shotgun, it's going to be snapped to Parmalee, who's going to tuck the ball away. Runs to the far side of the field with a lead blocker, who was the back, and picks up another 6. So you got a wide out the far side of the field. You got a shotgun. Parmalee assumes the role of quarterback. Got a half back to his right. That back becomes a lead blocker to the wide side of the field.
Brings up 3rd and 1 for the Wild.
And he gets so much opportunity to see where to run. You know, he's obviously going to run past the lineman. They make a good pursuit on him, but he just skips by 2 linemen on that play.
One on the right side, Twins on the left side. Out of the shotgun, Parmalee again with the snap. This time he hands off again on the right guard tackle gap. A pickup of about 8 on the play. First down, Maquoketa Valley.
And that was probably Coleman.
Lisbon has got to pay attention to Parmalee when he's got the football. That time Parmalee took it and handed it off. Cookman with the carry. So 1st and 10, Maquoketa Valley. 6:29 to go in the contest. 35-26, and a very entertaining ball game. If you weren't around for the first quarter, Lisbon jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead before Maquoketa Valley could catch their breath. Wildcats have gained it back here. Parmalee with a snap, short side of the field, breaks a tackle in a second. Close to first down, he picked the first down. Looks like he might, he's going to be stepped out of bounds, otherwise it would have been a score on the far sideline. Parmalee with a great run, and pick up a close to the
45-yard line of Lisbon.
15-yard gain.
And another line is down for another injured player.
So the sideline stopped Parmalee that time.
They did, yeah, he would have been in for the score otherwise. Probably got knocked out of bounds by maybe a foot. I'd like to thank these Maquoketa Valley sponsors, Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, Delhi Insurance Agency, Delhi Machine Shop, Hartwig Marina, Hillside Manufacturing, Monticello Sports, and Wolf Cool Electric. Got an injury timeout once again on the field. We'll take one, too. We'll be back in a minute. Our score was 6:03 to go in the fourth quarter. Maquoketa Valley 35, Lisbon 26. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Clifton Murdoch, Earlville, and Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Manchester are proud of all area athletes and coaches. Best of luck for a successful season from everyone at Clifton Murdoch and Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Homes in Earlville and Manchester. Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Welcome back to Lisbon High School. Our score 35-26. Dan, I don't know if I've seen more injury timeouts in a game than I have tonight.
A lot of kids wearing out. Looks like most of them are walking off under their own power. Copeman, 4 carries here in the second half for 22 yards, benefiting.
And off again from Parmalee, and a leg flag thrown at the where Koopman got tackled.
Right down to the 40-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
Be a 5-yard game, depending on what the penalty is.
Holding against Maquoketa Valley.
Holding is the call against Maquoketa Valley.
So the first big penalty against Maquoketa Valley tonight is to reach the 5:55 mark of the fourth quarter. Interesting offense here by Maquoketa Valley, putting their running back at quarterback and then handing to their second running back. It's been effective. Copeman able to gain some yards as everybody watching the Ryan Parmley show.
Got to keep them honest, don't you? I mean, that's what they're doing. They're saying you got to keep them honest. Wait, and maybe Parmley's got the option to pull it back out and run with it. He sees something.
The penalty spots the ball from the Maquoketa Valley 48-yard line.
He's having quite a night, though.
I have him for 35 carries for 260 yards, so I would say that's a pretty good night.
First and 16 from the 45. And the clock will start now.
And it'll be interesting to see when Lisbon chooses to take timeouts. They need the ball back twice, need to score twice.
Slot formation out of the shotgun. Parmley will take the snap.
He'll come this way, I would guess.
What on the right side?
He does.
He hands off once again here.
On the counter the other way.
And close to a first down across.
No, close back to the line of scrimmage to the penalty.
Oh, okay. Close back to the line of scrimmage.
Down the Lions,
down to 47 with 5:15 and counting here. 35-26. So second and 12 now at the 48-yard line. Ball in the far hash mark. Beautiful night for football. It's still gorgeous. And everybody that came here is getting their money's worth. This is a great game to watch. A lot of things happening.
Under 5 minutes to go now. First down could be all but fatal here for Lisbon.
Twins on the left side, wide on the right side. Again, Parmley's going to take the snap. He does. And this time he's going to keep it. Gets tripped up, but he's
nice
back
tackle.
to the line of scrimmage. Take the handoff, pull it out, and kept it. Picked up 3. It's now third down and 9.
That time the defender went low and he cut the feet out. Sets up third and 9. Maquoketa Valley would have to snap with about 4:05 left in the fourth quarter. Lisbon keeping their timeouts for now.
Lisbon with 3 timeouts left. Maquoketa Valley with 3 as well. 35-26 still. Wide out to both sides. And off inside. Not going to keep it this time and dives forward across the 40 down to the 39.
And Parmley the ball carrier.
So about a 5-yard gain.
Parmley with the carry.
Now Lisbon will take a timeout.
Well, we've got an injured man, though.
Brought down to Lisbon.
So another injured Lion down. So that was another hard run. And it almost seems like the guy ends up going down. It's somewhere near Parmley for some reason. I don't know why, but it just kind of seems that way.
Exactly 4 minutes ago here, 35-26. Maquoketa Valley sitting on the lead with the ball at the Lisbon 39-yard line. They face a 4th and 5.
Of course, next week we're not done with football, but this is the midway point of the season as far as you count the non-conference games. Next week, let's take a look where everybody's going to be at. East Buchanan will be at Postville. Edco's homecoming with Easton Valley. Maquoketa Valley homecoming with North Lynn. Starmont will be hosting Lisbon. Beckman Catholic will be at North Fayette. Monticello will be hosting Anamosa. West Delaware will be hosting Charles City. Independence will be at Crestwood, and Western Dubuque will be at Xavier. So things are winding up. Hard to believe that this is the midway point, and just 4 more weeks after tonight before the playoffs start.
And the team's starting to get into midseason form. Maquoketa Valley has added a couple wrinkles to their offense here the last couple of weeks that have, I think, made them a more dangerous team. They may have regressed a little bit tonight in the passing game. They've only thrown it twice. 1 interception and 1 just over the outstretched hands of Zach Salo that would have been a touchdown. But the way Parmley's run tonight, there'd be no reason to go away from that as we get the Lisbon player up and he's gingerly walking off the field. 4th and 5 from Maquoketa. I would doubt that punt here with the ball at the 39.
That, I believe, is quarterback Jack Gibbons coming off. Gibbons is coming off.
It is, number 12.
Got a favor in that ankle here. That's, a lot of these guys play offense and defense. So that's the quarterback that's coming off from Lisbon. Here it's 4th down and 4 from the 39-yard line.
And they will go for it.
Maquoketa Valley now with 3 backs off to the right side of Parmley. Parmley's going to take the shotgun. So you got 3 backs standing side by side behind the right side of the line of the field. And we've got a Timeout.
Maquoketa Valley lets the clock run down.
Penalty.
Now they'll take a timeout.
Took a timeout here. So, down to 3:41.
The third leading tackler for Lisbon, according to Quick Stats. Their backup quarterback appears to be Hunter Robinson, who's thrown one pass on the year.
Boy, that's at least 4 different players that have been helped off the field tonight for Lisbon. I think Maquoketa Valley might have had one earlier. To my recollection, that's like 5 injuries. I mean, these teams are hitting hard. We're down here, 35-26. That's a lot of points on the board.
Well, and the defenses have been being hit as opposed to getting the hitting in. You know, Parmley's been punishing and Fry and Belichick and Butterus have all been punishing runners tonight.
4th down and 4 from the 39. Maquoketa Valley with those 3 backs.
And they'll run a sweep there,
To the right
as
side.
they've done before.
Parmley will get the snap. He's got those 3 lead blockers. They're fighting their way through. He pushes one in the back, clears some yardage inside the 30, down to the 25, down to the 20. So he's got the 3 backs behind him, and he literally pushes one in the back and says, "You take that guy out," and then he picks up the rest of the yardage.
24-yard line.
About a 15-yard gain and a first down. You know, it almost reminds you, I don't know if you ever did their games a couple years ago when South Tama broke the wing and had 3 running backs in front of their quarterback, and they ran the sweep virtually every play, and then when they caught to that, they'd run players the other way. But that's almost a modified version of what Maquoketa Valley's doing here tonight.
Ball in the far hash mark, out of the shotgun. And off Parmley off the right guard tackle gap inside the 20, down to about the 18.
Ryan Parmley, the ball
gain of 6.
And off from Fisher. And so it's now 2:59 and counting here.
Well, at some point, Lisbon has to start thinking about using their timeouts. You don't get any free hot dogs if you don't use them. You might as well.
They don't carry over to next week.
They don't carry over next week. You might as well give them a shot.
Can't cash them in.
You need to score twice.
2:40 and counting here. 2nd and 6 from the 20. Twins on the left side, ball on the far hash mark. Wide on the right side, out of the high formation. Actually, shotgun again with Parmley taking the snap here. Doesn't, he hands it off to Koopman. Koopman's fast to the line inside the 15. Down to about the 13.
Give him a first down on a 5-yard carry.
Koopman picks up the first down from Maquoketa Valley.
And inside the red zone now again for Maquoketa Valley, who's
brings up
been efficient on offense there. And
15-yard line.
oh, they're calling it short of the first down, so 3rd and 1 now.
Knee drop there. So for Maquoketa Valley's favor, I mean, that's nice for them. And Lisbon had no urgency of calling a timeout here. So 3rd down and 1 from the 15. Parmley drives it up the left guard tackle gap, close to a first down. And let's
nice
see if he has
defensive
it.
surge that time by Lisbon.
Ryan Parmley, the ball carrier, brought down at the line, 11-yard line.
Not enough to stop the first down, though, as Parmley gains a couple more.
Good for a first down. So the Wildcats now with the first down with 1:44 and counting here. They are up 35-26. Yeah, it looks like this one winding down here as Lisbon's quite content to just kind of let that clock wind down. Twins on the left side, wide on the right side. Parmley takes the hand off the short side of the field, which is the far side, and dives toward the pylon. It's going to be short, but close to a first down here.
Ryan Parmley, the ball carrier.
Ryan Parmley, the senior, with another nice run.
And you don't think the other teams are happy he's a senior?
Yeah. Twins on the left side, wide on the right side. Parmley with the shotgun. Going to hand off. He's going to keep it, tucks it in, goes in, touchdown.
5-yard run for Parmley. 4th touchdown of the night.
So the Wildcats pulling away in this one late. Wasn't how it started out, as Lisbon was out to an early 12-0 lead. And the Wildcats answered back with 21 unanswered points. And then it was give and take as both teams scored back and forth until the fumble here in the 4th quarter.
Certainly a closer game, though, than 16 points. That if they convert to PAT, it looks like it'll be 1:03 to go here.
It's going to be a fake, and the holder is going to be dropped for a loss. picked it up and ran him. That was an intended play. Intended fake, heading for the end zone. Zach Salo.
And I'm not sure why, other than it would have made it a 3-possession game.
Conversion attempt is
But
no
with a
good.
minute 3, it doesn't seem to matter that much.
No. Just to say that we do have it. So,
well, mathematically, it's the right play. If you want to get 3 possessions, it would have been to 7 points. But with a minute and 4 seconds, that's pretty academic, really.
Lisbon does have all their timeouts, though, but really doesn't matter a whole lot. So make sure you do stay tuned to, it's tomorrow, and come tune in again at 9 o'clock for the coach's show. And, of course, 11 o'clock, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Now you're going to ask the insightful questions about going for 2 points and the fake punt at the 26.
We'll break that down.
Things like that.
Yeah.
They might tune in if you do that. Not calling questions.
Give me a list of notes. You can email them to me.
All right, I'll call and ask you questions.
Hey, we've got a guy here on the line. Dan from Dyersville. Yeah, Dan, go ahead.
Well, how about Robert from Ryan?
Robert Ryan. Okay, we can make it up. Huh?
John from Wayne.
Here we go. A little bit of a short fluffer kick that's going to bounce at the 35. Fumble on the play here, and Maquoketa Valley has recovered it, and that's going to put the nail in the coffin. That's going to be it. As Maquoketa Valley has recovered with 59 seconds to go in the contest.
So Maquoketa Valley will go to 5-0. They drop to second in the poll this week from first. And we'll see how this affects the poll next week. All those polls really don't matter. The playoffs are what matters. Polls, you can just get to talk about it, coffee, and maybe use it a little bit as a motivation factor. It looks like Maquoketa Valley will just kneel on it here.
Well, Dan, it's been a pleasure. It's a beautiful night here. The great crowd across the way. Maquoketa Valley, a huge crowd. And, of course, Lisbon with their faithful here as we sit right in the midst of them. And it's both teams here. We've got a lot of good things to look forward to down the road. And I think there's a pretty good chance that these two teams are going to see each other.
I would say that this may just be round one of the 2014 season for Lisbon and Maquoketa Valley.
Certainly now with that new rule where you can't travel more than 120 miles, so there's a possible seeding factor that might hit you against somebody in your own district a little bit sooner than normal. You just never know.
And, of course, not saying anything bad about the high school association, but they don't make any money off these playoffs. They couldn't, afford to maybe make it a nice trip for people if it is over 120 miles.
Yeah. Well, that brings our game to a close here. 41-26. Our score here. Dan, anything else maybe we sign off?
Harmley, again, shows he's the man in the district, probably player of the week, and anything that has a player in the week poll, nice supporting effort by the other Maquoketa Valley players, and a great effort by the coaching staff. Made a little alteration there in the second quarter, let Parmley be the quarterback and have a look across the line, and he just ripped the Lisbon defense to shreds.
Well, Dan, it's always been a pleasure. For Dan McLean, this is Kevin Schuckman. Good night, everybody, and thanks for listening. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply free checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at cspiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.